Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two. I don't know why I'm saying part names. It's been so long since those old LPs. Welcome back to Destroy Humans. We're here with Orthopox, voiced by the amazing Richard Horvitz, who, if you don't know, was on Angry Beavers. He was Billy from Billy and Mandy. Like, this guy's done a shit ton of voices. He was in Skylanders, for those who remember that franchise. But I think besides Invader Zim, this is the role that I probably know him from the most. I love Orthopox. He's basically just like a. He's supposed to be like a leader archetype sort of deal, but he's a part leader, part scientist, and so this little thing here is just he's talking about how like the reason besides the story of this game is just like so we sent crypto 136 who cryptos are they keep cloning themselves. The thing though is that the clones are slowly deteriorating for the next clone, so there's something like wrong about the next one that comes out, whether it's just dumber or stuff like that. So we sent we sent 136 to Earth to collect brain stems because a long time ago, the Furons, which this race is called, this alien race, they mated with some of the Earth humans, and some of the Furon DNA has been left behind in their bodies, and it's just now it's in their brain stems. So we came to Earth to collect the brain stems to improve our cloning technology and also just make us better, and also also we're also here to find 136 and find out what happened to him, and along the way kill everyone. So yeah, it's funny because it's just like we don't really get the best impression of Earth. Like the Furons don't get the best impression, so their whole idea is just like let's just murder these fuckers. We'll get our brain stems and we'll get our shit back. So it's it's this game thrives on its comedy. Like it's one of the main reasons that I love going through it is just its humor. And there's some jokes which are like don't really there's some jokes that kind of fall flat. There's some other jokes that like don't really like work the best. And so yeah, it's one of those things where it's just you have to kind of go along with its punches, and if it's for you, it's for you. It's if it's not, then it's a bit of a hard sell. But I think besides the humor, the best thing like these games had going for it were like its story. So I do really like the story of this game, and also the second game. And it's funny too because it's just like obviously these are supposed to be kind of parodies of certain archetypes of their respective decades. Like we have, of course, this game is supposed to be the 50s, sci-fi kind of aesthetic. And then the next game, the second game, is all about it's supposed to be like a spy parody. So um so I guess well one I guess yeah, I don't even know where I was going. So for this level, we're just trying to find a human to bring back to the mothership to study, and so we're bringing back the lovely Miss Rockwell, who's got them fucking pumps. So yeah, here we go. There she is. one of the things that I love coming back to this game, like compared to the remakes, is like the kind of overall aesthetic. Because these games back then were supposed to be like, it's supposed to be kind of in a realistic, like the humans and the world were realistic, but the aliens and all that were supposed to be just kind of over the top, silliness. So, and oh man, I love this scene here. But yeah, it's just like it was supposed to be like the clashing of like the realistic looking world and also these aliens, which are just like look like what you think aliens would look like, with them and their UFOs and stuff. But it's just over the top and it's great. The remakes decided to take it in a different direction where the aesthetic was more cartoonish, which I don't mind either of them. Like I don't mind either way. I like the cartoon. I like the cartoony aesthetic of the remakes. I like the cartoon. Like I like the realistic look of the originals. They just kind of, for me anyway, they kind of just go hand in hand. So now we have to destroy the fair. Oh no. I guess kind of talking about its gameplay a little bit, or more so, we'll just kind of go along with it as we keep going. Let's start with the UFO gameplay, because this is probably the weakest part of this game, bar none. The saucer is fixed. My issue with it is that there's not really much defensive options you have. You either have you have your array of weapons, and the only real defense is like your maneuverability, which sometimes can be kind of difficult. When you have missiles and stuff coming at you that are really hard to avoid. But in general, it's just this is more so a problem that happens later in the game, because it's just like you get hit by rockets, you get hit by bullets. There's all these things kind of coming at you, and you don't really have you don't have a way to kind of counteract that. All you can do is just kind of strafe left to right, shooting at whatever thing is on the ground. Orthopox has researched a new upgrade. So, we won't really be getting into... Well, it's... Okay. So after... after, I think, this first session... actually, I'll just talk about it now. So, in order to pay for upgrades, or to acquire upgrades, you need brain stems. Which we kind of saw at the end of the first part with after completing the first level. Not only do you need brain stems to upgrade, but you need brain stems to progress through the game. So you need a certain amount of them as you keep playing. This is one of the things that is like the hardest for me coming back to this version of the game. I love both this and the remake, but one thing that I appreciate more with the remake is that you didn't really need the requirements for brain stems to kind of just make your way through it. You still needed brain stems to upgrade, but you didn't need it to progress to the next level of the game or anything. Like, it wasn't like, levels weren't tied down by brain stems or anything. Upgrades, though, well, after I think this first session, which I might have just kind of I did all the levels, and one of the things that this game has, which is from a bygone era, cheat codes. So there are cheat codes to make you invincible, have unlimited ammo, that type of thing. There's also an upgrade or a cheat code that allows you to grab a certain amount of brain stems at a time. So after this first session, which I think I pretty much like just did normally, after I stopped recording, I just was like mashing the cheat code in to get a shit ton of brain stems. So, um, I thought I was gonna fail that. Oh no, we didn't. We did it. So we've kind of shown this ability off earlier, but I kind of wanted to talk about your abilities a little bit. Um, so the one that we're using right now is called holobobbing. It allows you to take disguises and you're basically just this ghost running around. You're not supposed to be a ghost, I don't imagine, but you're just like this figure of a human, which allows you for certain missions. This game is very stealth oriented, especially later on. So a lot of instances, like you're gonna have to take a disguise in order to sneak into some secret base or whatnot, and it's just kind of like, just kind of it's just the thing. Like there's a lot of stealth scenarios in this game. Um, there are also there's also just kind of like one of the other abilities, which we saw with the cows last part, is called psychokinesis. So it's basically, you can basically levitate objects. You can levitate humans. You can levitate, vehicles when you have the right upgrades. Also with psychokinesis, you can also do other things like you can hypnotize certain people. You can make them forget you're even there. You can use psychokinesis to extract brain stems. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with psychokinesis, and it is, but I don't really use like in this game specifically, I don't use psychokinesis often for like levitating stuff, but when it comes to like taking disguises and, collecting brain stems, that's for me its main purpose in my eyes. The only thing to keep in mind is that whenever you use psychokinesis, you have this kind of meter that goes down every time you use it. So the only way to kind of replenish that, especially when you're holobobbing, which is what you're going to be doing the most, what you'll be doing is basically scanning people's thoughts. So you can scan their thoughts and, see, it's more so there for like getting information, which we kind of saw in the last level with them them learning about Miss Rockwell and all this other things. But yeah, psychokinesis is a fun kind of just a fun ability to utilize. So I just love that every human in this game is a fucking moron. It's just they don't know any better. So, but besides humans being dumb, we also have just the main center of this game. I think is the relationship between Orthopox and Crypto. This is Crypto 137, which is not the first clone we'll be seeing in this franchise, but yeah, just their back and forth banter is what keeps the game entertaining as it is, and it just keeps it more interesting as it goes along. But yeah, everybody, that is going to be it for this part. We'll be back Friday with the last of the parts I have, and then we'll be so Friday will be the next part, and then we're gonna wait after a week, once we get through more Iron Man and more Iron Man and more Superman. We'll be back with more alien shenanigans. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I will see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. See ya.